On day 34, we're going to look around northwestern New York State. We're going to look in this area of our trip. We'll leave our hotel and go to the Seneca Park Zoo. Then we'll drive over to Niagara Falls and look at the falls for a while, and also the aquarium. And then we're going to return to Buffalo for the night.
Turn left onto Collingwood Drive.
Collingwood Drive.
Well, I started after we got off the highway. It's kind of one of those things. All buses, zoo parking here and there and yonder. The Seneca Zoo is a fairly small zoo, but it's very long and narrow, so you come back the same way you go up to the end of it. Let's have a look at some of the animals. You're looking too far. Here he comes. There he is, Deborah, right in front of you. There's two of them in there. These are young sturgeon, only about 6 inches long. The snow leopard looks like it's a cub also. legs, long noses, don't they? My wife told me they were elephants.
They're elephants.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Look like they're elephants.
How many of them are there?
1, 2.
Well, it's a closed door. It doesn't take the risk. You can't go inside there.
What animal?
Plain zebra. And now it's time for the long drive to Niagara Falls. It'll take us about an hour and a half to get there. We'll be paying tolls all along the road, but it's the fastest way there. Trying for one extra load. We'll cross the Niagara River twice in order to get to the park.
Take exit 21 for Niagara Scenic Parkway. Take exit 21, then keep right at the fork. Keep right at the fork.
We'll be driving down the east bank of the Niagara River as we go. That's it over on the left. In 1901, Annie Taylor on her 63rd birthday started out about right in here and got into a barrel. She was the first to make it over the falls and to live to tell about it.
Okay, y'all go on.
In a quarter mile, at the traffic circle, take the first exit.
State Park. I want to Rainbow Bridge. We're going to State Park.
Exit the traffic circle. In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Rainbow Boulevard. Exit the traffic circle onto Riverway. Continue on Riverway for half a mile.
We're looking for parking lot 1.
Now we enter the state park around Niagara Falls on the American side.
There, you're in the park. The falls are going to be over there. So where the steam coming up,
Yeah,
that's the mist from the falls.
that's what I thought. So I was wondering why you were parking way back here.
We're not parking way back here. But this is the way into the park. Maybe we're going to take it to a festival. But I'm looking for parking lot 1. Which is going to be on the upper ways. See that glass tower, I think it's on the American Falls Visitor Center. Welcome to all that's up here. She was going to take me around the other way. We're just going down through the park itself. And we can get out on that island over there, drive to the bridge. You can see the waterfall to the
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Maid Street.
Oh, there's a comforting inn.
Is there?
Smart Rock Cafe.
Parking Maid of the Mist and I was up here. Parking $10. And this is where the Maid of the Mist is.
We pay to find a parking place, and then we head out to explore the park. The visitor center is closed. We'll be looking in this part of the park. We're going to pay to go up on the observation tower and ride the Maid of the Mist. It's a beautiful view from there. There are actually 2 different falls here, the American Falls and the Horseshoe Falls, which are in Canada. We're not going to be able to go to the Canadian side because of COVID-19. 3,000 tons of water a second flow over these falls, and the American Falls are a 70-foot drop. Down there is the route to the crow's nest. We could go there after our boat ride if we wanted to, but it's extremely wet and we'd already gotten wet enough, so decided not to go there. And that's the Rainbow Bridge. We could have crossed it into Canada if it hadn't been closed due to COVID-19. Now it's time for us to head out to see the Maid of the Mist and to take the ride. We go down the elevator, get on our ride, and then explore this side. We'll be looking at both of the falls. It's an electric boat that are new for this year. As you arrive at the bottom of the tower, we are given pink raincoats. Deborah says it looks like everybody's a flamingo. And now it's time for us to get onto our boat and head out for our ride. We'll be getting all sorts of facts from the speaker on the boat, but frankly we can't hear it much over the roar of the falls. First we'll cruise by the American Falls. It's got a lot of rocks at the bottom of it. And if we'd gone out to the island in the middle, we could have gone to the Cave of the Wind's walkway. But again, it's pretty wet. We have to walk a whole lot up and down stairs, and we decided not to do this. We'll be able to look at it from the other side. This is the American Falls. And now it's time to head to the Horseshoe Falls, the Canadian side. Much more water pours over it, and the mist is going to soak us. Here you can see the spray coming all the way into the boat, about 10 feet in. It's blowing so hard. The falling water creates its own wind. This is the old power station that was built here to power the area.
Get wet? Get wet?
Now we cruise back by American Falls on our way back to the dock. Once we reach the dock, we take off our raincoats and throw them away and ride up the tower again and look over again at the American Falls. Now we're going to go down there and stand right beside it. After looking at the falls, it's time to go see the small aquarium they have here.
Yeah, we could stay there, but then we'd have been on had to go out of ways to get on there.
There are two levels inside. On the first floor we'll see exhibits, and then on the second floor we'll see more exhibits. But before we even get in, we see the rescue harbor for the gray and harbor seals. These have been injured and are either being rehabilitated or will have to live here the rest of our life. This is a harbor seal with its head stuck out. They have kind of the rounded nose. And this is a gray seal. Notice its more elongated nose and larger. Now let's head inside and look at some of the exhibits there. This is what Atlantic salmon look like when they first come into the rivers, but soon their jaws are kind of hooked out of shape and getting ready for breeding, like this one. Now it's time to head back to Buffalo, which we drove through on the way over to Niagara Falls. There we'll be spending the night. We'll have to cross the Niagara River twice again in order to get there.
Tomorrow we have two options. We can go down the interstate or we can go down the side of Lake Erie. Buffalo.
Take exit 51.
And soon we're pulling into our hotel sleep-in and suites at the Buffalo Airport. And here we'll be spending the night. And this brings us to the end of day 34.